Welcome to this week's Weekly Gripe, sponsored by Senior Living Today, home of the Living Legacy Planner. I'm H.D. Campbell. I want to talk about a bonus gripe today, something about another thing I want to get off my chest. I want to talk about the end of relationships, not the beginning, not the middle. I mean, when relationships end. Now, I want to put in a disclaimer. I'm not talking about abusive relationships or relationships where there was constant cheating on one or both persons' part. I just want to talk about when relations break down, whether it's communication, whether it's behavior, whether it's anything, whatever caused relationship to end. I just want to talk about basic relationships. Um, I understand we sometimes we get the end of relationship when we talk about well that person's crazy or that person's a bum or what have you. But have we ever stopped to think that at some point we both were tripping for the other at some point? Sorry, allergies today. Have we ever thought about that? Because I've often, when relationships break down, we always want to point fingers at the other, but we don't realize sometimes we have our own baggage. There are a lot of times relationships in where, and I've actually done it before. I'll admit it, where I knew it was ending, so I sort of sabotaged it towards the end, and yet that's definitely my bad. But here's the problem: sometimes that relationship ends because the other person, you'll have that one person who will never admit fault, or they'll always deflect, or it's a lot of times the relationship and communication break down. A lot of times when the communication breaks down, it's more of one person's trying to fix it while the other is trying to deflect, or it's taken out of context, or I don't remember that, plausible deniability and all that mess. People don't realize sometimes is they're not, you could be the problem too. Don't think that they're the whole problem when you could be the problem too. Even if there's now I say constantly, but even in a situation where there's possibly cheating or when it breaks down because of cheating, that can also be a situation. What caused them to cheat, what caused them to do this. Not justifying the cheater. I'm never justifying cheating, and I'm going to let you know that right now. And I'm never justifying stepping outside of your relationship to do anything. What I'm trying to say is there's a reason why communication breaks down. And I'm just saying, explore that. But don't have the attitude where the one person's always tripping and you were just the angel the whole time. You've had your halo the whole time. No. There's a reason why that person isn't with you now. Even though you amicably broke up or you broke up with them or they broke up with you, you're not the innocent one. And I'm speaking to men and women who feel that, well, I did everything I had to do and they just started tripping. Nobody starts just automatically screwing up. What did you do? Again, unless the person was constantly lying to you. Now, if you can prove to them, there had to be proof that that person was constantly lying to you, though. But if that person was constantly lying to you, or constantly cheating, or constantly putting hands on you, or constantly verbally abusing you, not talking to them, not talking to you guys. That's a clear reason, and there's no justification for any of those behaviors. I'm just talking about communication. Communication is the key. And I say all this now because I know you bring it up. Well, why are you bringing it into your relationship? Because it helps with your new relationship. You can't get into a new relationship with old baggage because for that one communication breakdown that caused the end of your last relationship, you could possibly take it into your new relationship. And again, if you're If you're a person who never does anything wrong and they're always tripping, or or they do something you don't like and you take it all out of proportion because you're stuck in a certain way, that's what I'm talking about. Relationships take some type of sacrifice on both sides. Hey, you can't take away each other's personality. So, in other words, if I like one thing and you like another thing, I like green outlet, you like purple outlet. It's like you're gonna have to compromise somehow. If I like one thing, it's all about compromise, sacrifice, because this is also why people rush into marriages now. They make it all about the free sex and not enough about communication. How we're gonna live together? Can we live together? Because I mean, we're not healing right in the past bad relationship. You hear it all the time. It's like that carrying a big bag full of non-essential items into a new house that you're not, into a new house, and all you're doing is just cluttering up the house with it. You're not doing anything with it. That's the baggage you take into new relationships. You must be careful when you start a new relationship, especially after a breakup. This is why people say wait, because you have to get yourself together. And I'm not saying people did do something wrong at the end of the relationship. I'm not saying everyone has done something wrong. But take a moment, reevaluate all your past relationships, look for the common denominator, and see what you can do to make the next relationship better. Sometimes it may take counseling, sometimes it may just take a self evaluation. But either way, check and see what it takes to make the next relationship better. Well, I'm A.T. Campbell. This is the bonus gripe. See you next week.